How do you make a snare trap? Have you ever found yourself in the great outdoors, wondering how to catch food in an emergency? Knowing how to make a snare trap can be a helpful skill for camping and survival situations. Let's break down the steps to create a snare trap safely and effectively. First, you need three main components: a looped noose, an anchor point, and a source of tension. The noose is the part that catches the animal, while the anchor secures it to a stable object. The tension source is what makes the trap work by tightening the loop when triggered. To start, create the snare loop. You can use 1/16" wire or braided cordage. If you choose wire, make a slip knot and crimp the ends with a small washer to prevent fraying. If you prefer cordage, tie a fixed loop at one end and thread the free end through it to create a self-tightening noose. Next, set your anchor. Secure the fixed end of the snare to a sturdy anchor point. This could be a tree trunk or a stake driven into the ground. Make sure it is stable enough to hold the tension when the trap is triggered. Now, add tension to your snare. You can attach it to a springy sapling bent under tension or use a counterweight system. The tension must be strong enough to quickly lift or restrain the target animal. Positioning the snare is key. Place the loop along animal trails, near burrows, or in natural choke points. For smaller animals like rabbits, set the loop about 4 to 6 inches off the ground with a diameter of 4 to 5 inches. Use sticks to stabilize the loop so it remains perpendicular to the ground. When making a snare, consider humane design. Ensure that the tension is sufficient to either kill quickly or hold the animal securely without causing prolonged suffering. You can test the mechanism using a log or rock that matches the weight of the target animal. Safety is also important. Avoid setting snares near campgrounds or trails where pets or humans could accidentally trigger them. If you are in a park, focus on passive traps like deadfalls, if they are permitted, as they pose less risk to non-target species. Remember, snares should only be used in genuine survival situations. If you set one up, remove all materials when you leave to prevent harm to the environment or unintended animal injuries. Before you even think about setting a snare, check local wildlife laws and campground policies. Most public parks prohibit unauthorized trapping. If it is allowed during emergencies, prioritize small game snares to minimize ecological impact. If trapping is not an option, consider alternative methods like foraging for edible plants or constructing fish traps, always in accordance with local regulations. Prioritize safety and environmental care while camping. Making a snare trap can be a useful skill in emergencies, but it is essential to follow legal and ethical guidelines. Always be prepared and carry enough food supplies to reduce the need for improvised trapping.